Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Acc Tuesday, 25th of May 2021. We're looking at the front of the papers. First up, New York Times. EU squeezes Belarus leader for hijacking. Hijacking in inverted commas for some reason. So flights from the EU are not going to go to Belarus or even over Belarus. Over on the right, New York bars online learning for fall classes. Okay, so everyone's going to have to do classes in person. My condolences. Israel grows less reliant on US aid. Alrighty. Down the bottom, global traffickers thorny prey. So this story is about rare Chilean cactuses being smuggled. Apparently it's quite lucrative, but it's really bad for cactus species. They're going extinct. People paying crazy money in Western countries for cactuses. Vaccine shortage in Delhi. Not much else there. Next up, New York Times International Edition, making Israel's mixed cities more Jewish. This is talking about this religious nationalist movement that's moving Jews into Arab cities. Over on the left, opinion piece from Thomas L. Friedman, self-confessed radical centrist, how Biden can seriously bring peace. That's talking about, he says the Israel-Palestine conflict could result in a peace deal if the Americans are willing to broker it. Alrighty, there's the big story there. The Great Cactus Bust, a huge illegal collection is shining attention on global plant trafficking. So massive operation where they found something like $1.2 million worth of cactuses. Quite bizarre. Never really heard about that before till today. Phil Mickelson on the front again. Wall Street Journal, National Guard winds down mission in nation's capital. So you may remember the little riot that happened on January 6th. They're still there and they're just rolling out now. Kind of forgotten about that whole thing. EU moves to isolate Belarus. Same story. The Wuhan lab leak debate. Still going on about this investigation into how Corona came about. Next up, USA Today, George Floyd's murder 1 year later. So it's 1 year anniversary of that coming up. BLM activists clash over money and clout. Okay, I think this is basically talking about some people not getting support from Black Lives Matter when their relatives are involved in a shooting or something like that. I guess trying to discredit the organization somehow. Was there also an interesting fact there? Yeah, they took in supposedly a haul of $90 million last year in donations. Biden's road turns rockier, new obstacles pop up. All right. Officers aren't punished after projectiles injured protesters. I mean, not a very surprising headline. Financial Times, Belarus story again. Belarus faces threat of Western reprisals after aviation piracy. Okay, this must have gone out a little bit early. They didn't have the info about the flight ban, etc. Gupta puts 3 steel plants up for sale in scramble to save empire. So Gupta, the steel magnate kind of company, are $1.2 billion in debt to Credit Suisse. So they're going to have to sell some stuff. Bad times. Irish Times, Belarus story, picture of Valentia Island there, lovely place, visit it if you can. COVID passport to restart EU travel in July, good times. Cash for visas scheme raises €185 million from 260 immigrants. So basically if you're a non-EU citizen, you have enough money, you can buy a visa to live in Ireland. That's the story, cash for visas, that's how it goes. Irish Examiner, foreign travel by July. Picture there from a court. Mask denier verbally abused shop manager. Her friend is giving her a hug with no mask around, and she was walked into a shop, wouldn't wear a mask, was fined £350 for breaching the peace. Belarus story on the right. Next up, Irish Independent, return of holidays abroad delayed by cyber attack on the health service. Okay. HSE story on the side as well. Football, farming, Irish Sun. Are you a Friends superfan? Nope. Football, piracy on the fly seas. Not a bad headline today from the Irish Sun. Gotta hand it to them about the Belarus story. Irish Daily Mail, something about eating food. Stay and spend for Ireland. Okay, and there on the right is the Belarus story. Roman Protasevich. The Guardian, 8,700 people died after catching COVID in hospital. Okay, kind of bad, I guess. Belarus story here about Sasha Johnson, BLM activist, was shot in the head in London. She's in a critical condition. Hope she pulls through. Initially, the cops came out and said that she wasn't targeted, but her friends kind of criticised this and said, how do you know if you haven't spoken to her? Because she's in critical condition in hospital. So let's see. Independent, George Floyd 1 year on. Britain and EU threaten sanctions over hijacking. Hijacking again, in inverted commas. I guess nobody wants to get a lawsuit from the Belarusians. Whiff of criminality surrounds Bashir interview, says MP. Okay, so the Conservatives getting the knives out again for the BBC over the whole Bashir thing. Don't fly over Belarus after hijacking, UK Airlines told. Rural areas face threat of 400,000 new homes, so some councils might be building on greenbelt sites in the UK. Picture of a man on the beach in Spain. Looks good, kind of empty. Daily Torygraph, Max Mosley, the fascist sympathiser who made an enemy of the truth. Okay, Max Mosley died. He's son of famous fascist Oswald Mosley, who was the head of the BFU, British Fascist Union. Big supporter of Hitler, very good friends with General Franco. The kids used to spend their time on a yacht, sailing around the Mediterranean in the summer, visiting Franco and stuff like that. So he was also the boss of F1 and was caught up in some kind of sex orgy scandal. At one point they claimed that he was having sex with some women who were like dressed up as Nazis, but then he sued a whole bunch of people like the News of the World and Google, and tried to get all the photos taken down. He's dead anyway, RIP, I guess. Vaccinations won't mean an end to self-isolating. Moscow, Belarus story. Over on the left, could you have diabetes and not know it? I guess, probably. Some piece from Celia Walden. Don't put Jennifer Aniston back in her box. Okay. Daily Express. Something about Priti Patel, my firm but fair plan to protect our borders. Okay, it's probably not firm or fair, I'd say. Well, it probably is firm, but just not fair. Kate on the front, dressed in blue for some reason. Something about travel. iNewspaper, The Revenge of Dominic Cummings. A very hilarious photo there of the bald man. Raab believes Russia knew of the plan to abduct journalists. Yeah, no shit, Dominic Raab, well done. Daily Mail. Carrie's woke wedding guide, no idea what that's about, don't care. Max Mosley there again, he's dead. Pandemic predators, £52 billion raid on UK firms. Okay, British firms worth £36 billion have been sold off to private equity in a high-risk pandemic plundering spree. Okay. Daily Mirror, celeb stuff, 1 year on from George Floyd. Story here about Marcus Rashford, I guess. He's starting a petition so the kids don't go hungry. Fair play to him. Metro, something about celebs. Pirates of Europe's skies, that's the Belarus story. Daily Star, sex orgy, Max dead. Okay, Star getting the boot in there again. I guess he's dead now that he can't sue them over that. Something about blaming the bad weather on Greenland. Alright, up the top there, you took your time, lads. BBC launched probe just 25 years late. Kind of funny that all the red tops who basically hounded Diana at the time with their own paparazzi are now turning around and saying, oh yeah, the BBC were the bad lads. You know, it's them that has the problem, not us. Anyway, thankfully that's it for the day. If you want to stay off corporate media, just click the link in the description. Alright, thanks, bye bye.